3, 2, 1.
Classic League Podcast time!
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 329 of the Classic League Podcast. My name is Scott. I've got Kevin with me tonight. Kevin, what is going on, man? How you doing?
It's been a fucking hell of a week.
Uh-oh. What,
It's just been a tough week, been a busy week. Good to be back. Happy to record. Let's fucking do this.
All right.
Fucking rock your face off.
Your beard's looking very nice, man.
Thank you. It's because I did this before we recorded.
Well
before that, it looked like Wolverine, like just sticking out the sides.
Also kind of cool.
Because it's been a shitty week, I also have a canker sore under my tongue.
Oh,
and for those who don't know what a canker sore is, it's like a little white blister, I guess, usually in your mouth. When I was a kid, I had a lot of them. And I still get them time to time. Except now I had it on the week of recording, so of course.
Always fun. It's gonna sound like
So I'm going to talk like this. It hurts to talk, but I'll try to speak
I'll
at a pace where you can.
blood starts dripping out or whatever.
Or yeah, and let me know if you can understand me, because I'm hard enough to understand, let alone speaking like this.
Yeah, I also, I'm working on a project, so I have crazy lighting on YouTube, but there's only a few people that watch over there, so no big deal. But yeah, we were off for a couple weeks now, so sorry about the gap. It was a bit unintended. Kevin
2
had a
weeks.
family matter to attend to, and then we were busy the week before, so well, we're back. Both of us are having a tough week, but that's why we're recording. We definitely wanted to get together, drink a beer with a friend, talk about games, and just kind of have a good time for a while. So, but before we jump into that, have you watched more Cobra Kai?
I finished it. I finished the whole thing.
Season 1 and 2, okay.
Or 1 and 2. I binge watched the fuck out of it.
I've caught up on season 2. I finally pushed through. Something about the beginning, that first episode, I just didn't care for, but I pushed through, and while I didn't like it as much as the first season, season 2 is excellent as well.
Yeah, I enjoyed both of them. Season 1 was just mwah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't a big Karate Kid fan. I'm not like, oh yeah, Karate Kid, I gotta watch that now, right?
Sure.
But it was good seeing, like watching it. And one scene, LaRusso's kid, the Karate Kid, for those who don't know, his kid is like a chubby little boy.
Yeah.
And he's there, like, in the doorway, playing a Switch and eating a pizza. And I was watching the show, playing my Switch and eating a pizza. And I'm like, wow, this kid really speaks to me. It was the same Switch, too, with the blue and red controllers.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Kaiser. G'day, mate. How you doing, man?
What's up, Kaiser?
Good to see you. Good afternoon. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love Cobra Kai. It was great. So
yeah,
good.
I enjoyed it as well. So if you haven't...
I'm caught up with the boys.
I have not seen any of the boys. I need to get to that at some point.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, I think that's kind of it. I've just been going down, YouTube rabbit holes here and there, but,
Yeah.
as far as, like content or whatever, Cobra Kai on Netflix, definitely go check it out if you weren't like a YouTube Premium or Red subscriber or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it's his morning coffee. Okay, good morning. I guess times have changed.
Oh, good morning.
It was a time change. Maybe that's what it is.
I have no idea.
I remember the brief time I was in Australia. Yeah, I guess it was like 12 hours. So, that makes sense. So
What's the number? What's the COVID numbers in Australia? Are they up or down?
I don't know.
Because they went up in Ontario. They're up to like 400 now, so.
I'll be honest with you, man. I would just wear a mask. I wash my hands. I don't even follow it anymore. Like I'm paying zero attention at all.
I would be in the same boat if I didn't have a kid in school where I'm like, are they going to shut it down or are they not? What do I do?
Yeah, that makes sense. And like,
Am I a good parent? Am I a bad parent? What am I doing here?
I'm in the same problem with politics right now. Like, I'm not following. I'm still listening to the old Bombcast. I'm in like October of 2010 right now. It's been really fun.
Nice.
Yeah, I just I'm burnt out. It's everywhere. So I'm just trying to check out.
Everything
whatever I can.
sucks.
It's
And just
really,
distract yourself as much as possible.
yeah, like I put new pickups in my guitar. Did I talk about that? That's been fun.
You did last time, yeah.
Okay, so I guess I haven't distracted myself enough. I'm working on a project outside of my day job that's taking a lot of time, but that's pretty exciting as well.
Nude painting, that's very good for you.
12 cases is all they have, so Australia's doing it right.
12 cases?
12 cases. Well done, Australia.
Yeah, shit. You guys ban guns, you guys ban COVID. Damn right.
Yeah, but video games and the exchange rate's kind of rough.
Yeah, that's true. But they're more powerful than the Canadian dollar. I'll tell you that.
Really?
Everything is.
No way.
I assume. I don't know.
Oh.
Do they use pounds there? Or no, they use dollaroos, right?
No, that was just dollars. It was just Australian dollars.
That's a Simpsons joke.
Dollaroos. I was like, did they really lean into it like that? That's amazing. You guys have toonies and loonies, so dollaroos is not. It's kind of silly, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
Honestly, all I know about Australia is whatever the Simpsons did.
Okay.
So.
Australia is an awesome place. Cool. Well, we'll be talking about gaming news and kind of what we've been playing. We've got some sales to talk about this week, so that's certainly cool. But where do you want to start, Kevin? Were there new releases you wanted to check out, or
no? I have a little vamp to say beforehand. So after the Scott Pilgrim game was announced, I listened to the soundtrack of the game and the movie soundtrack, and I was like, man, I want to watch Scott Pilgrim, and I did. Did I tell you that I did? Mm-mm. Okay, I must have told Rui. So I was like, I'm gonna watch this movie. This is like 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna watch this movie after my wife goes to sleep. I'm just gonna stay up and watch it. It took me 3 days to watch the movie because by like 11 o'clock, I'm like, oh.
I think after third of that movie kind of drags a bit too. Like it
does because the book wasn't written yet, right? It was kind of like they pulled a Game of Thrones. And that's a fantastic movie. It's so good. I think it's so underrated. I watched it in theaters and I didn't like it when I watched it in theaters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I read the books and I was like, yeah, it's not how it goes. I don't like Michael Cera as Scott Pilgrim. Okay. But now he grew on me.
Sure.
But everyone else is great. It's so underrated. Everyone knows Scott Pilgrim is a great movie. So I watched that.
It is good.
And then I played the Scott Pilgrim game for 360. And I'm like, why am I going to buy it again when I can play it right now? But I'm still going to buy it again because I'm a hack.
Movies I love. There's a threshold of if I own it or not. And I don't know, there's probably 100 or so that I own, maybe not quite that many. If you count like TV shows and stuff. Scott Pilgrim made the cut. I wanted to own an actual Blu-ray of that.
And that was a dumb thing. I was looking for my Blu-ray, going crazy. And I put it in. And yesterday I was on Netflix, and Scott Pilgrim's on Netflix. I'm like, oh, fuck. I just done that, stupid. And you forget, Captain Marvel's in it, Captain America's in it. Like, they have pretty big names.
Yeah.
Aubrey Plaza's in it. Some other people are in it. Like, they have some... Macaulay Culkin's brother's in it.
Name. What's his name?
Yeah.
Oh, forget it.
No, not Wallace.
Tyrion or something.
His gay roommate. I forgot.
Yeah.
Suck. I just watched it, too. But yeah, so watch Scott Pilgrim for those who haven't already. I've been on a kind of a retro...
Watch it again.
I'll watch it again.
If you haven't watched it in a while.
I've been kind of on this retro gaming rampage. I think that's the name of a game. I can't remember. Retro City Rampage. There we go.
Oh, I thought you were also referencing just the arcade classic and fair NES port.
Nope. My upstairs neighbor came across my Instagram page with all my retro collection. And he goes, hey, man, came across your Instagram page. Do you want some games? I was like, yeah. So he dropped off, I thought he was going to drop off like a couple of games here and there. He dropped off like 30 games in total and a 360 console. And it was PS2 games, it was DS games, it was 360 games, and PS3 games. And I was like, holy shit. So I kept the ones I don't have duplicates of. And at the same time, my other friend says, hey, my buddy found these SNES games. Do you want them? And it was Out of This World, NBA Hang Time, Ninja Turtles 4, Yoshi's Island, and Donkey Kong 2. I go, well, do they work? And he goes, I have no idea. I go, well, on eBay, Ninja Turtles 4 is going for $80,000. But that's because it's eBay. So there's a reason why it's still there. He goes, how much are they? I go, honestly, if they work, maybe 20 each. That's what I would pay for them. I go, but I want to buy them just to have on my shelf. Like, I don't care if they work because I don't have a Super Nintendo. So I'll give you 50 for the batch. He goes, all right. So he dropped it off as well. And I was like, I really want to know if they work. So I went for a walk. There's a store in Toronto called Game Mania. It's another retro game, independently owned store.
Okay.
And they had SNES cables. So I brought my SNES there. They plugged it in, and they said, yeah, it works, because my cables don't work. So I was like, holy shit, my SNES works. That's amazing. So then they put in the SNES games, and they're like, nah, it's not working. I'm like, fuck, it's okay. Let me buy the cables for the SNES. Went home, plugged in my SNES, and, plugged in my Lion King, my Batman, Super All-Star, the games I already have, and they all worked. And I was like, beautiful, my SNES works. I go, but SNES games are like cockroaches. It's very hard.
To say, unless you saw massive corrosion, they're working.
Yeah. So I went downstairs, grabbed nail polish remover, and went in there and wiped all the little things and put them in, and every single game worked.
Of course.
And I was like,
I wouldn't believe you if you said otherwise. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I was
awesome.
so happy.
Sweet.
Because I have these games on my SNES Mini, but it's like, HD, so like the screen is tiny, but these things are like beautiful and big and blurry, and I'm like, that's what I'm fucking talking about. I want Yoshi to be like a quarter of the screen.
You like Vaseline smeared all over your old games.
Oh, it's beautiful, and it's just so like wide and big and blurry, and I'm like, yes, I feel so alive. So now I'm on this kick of wanting to get my Genesis working, because I have my Genesis. Okay. I have Sega Genesis games. But I don't have the right cable, so I ordered those off like in China. So they're going to come in 3 months on a bag or a boat of potatoes. But I have Genesis games for those too. And then I said, you know what? With all these new games, let me reorganize my shelf. So I told my wife, this bookshelf is gone. The top shelf now is PlayStation. The middle one, Nintendo and Sega, and the bottom one, Xbox. And that's how it is now. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so happy. Oh, I feel so alive. I need this. You know how you have guitar pickups and doing that?
Can we get a Dustin-esque background?
I need that, right?
Or just take a picture of it.
It's on the Twitter.
Well, no.
Oh, I see what you mean. Put in the background like a Zoom thing.
Green screen or whatever.
But yeah, that's gonna be my new thing. Is trying to get old consoles. My next thing is find a OG Game Boy and a Sega Master
System.
But I was so stoked when that SNES turned on. I was like, yes! I didn't know it worked. Someone gave me that SNES years ago.
My old the Genesis I got when I was a kid, I just thought didn't work anymore, and I think just the power supply we had went bad.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I just tried it one day and it freaking worked.
And that's the same thing with the SNES. Like the power cable I have is like some generic third-party voltage matched cable that I bought.
Yeah.
And that's why I never turned on. I bought another one made for the SNES, and it's mwah.
Mine was an original. Obviously, it was the original one, but it used to just be hot all the time.
Yeah.
Like, it was always plugged in. It was always hot, regardless of whether the system was getting power or not. So,
and that's the funny thing.
Components just broke down.
And that's the funny thing. We both have our Genesis from our childhood. Mine's still in my closet from my childhood. I had the Genesis 2 model, not the one with the headphone slider.
I had the headphone slider and the HD wrap. Like, I've got if you are a Genesis like dork, I've got the best one.
Yeah, you do. And mine has Toy Story stickers all over it because I was stupid.
I don't have that, but I did put a Bart Simpson on my AVS.
Jeez.
I really liked Bart Simpson stickers when I was in second and third grade. I wasn't allowed to watch The Simpsons, so
yeah.
Obviously that made me like it. Well, cool, man. Yeah, you had a really nice haul. Kaiser says those old consoles are built to last. Try finding a working 360. You did get.
I have 3.
Yeah, that's. My 360 still works, but it's not one of those white launch ones. It's that like black slim revision one.
Yeah.
And I didn't play it a ton, so I think I've got a 360 that should last for a while, hopefully.
Yeah, I have 3 now, and I had 3 PS2s. I gave one to Biff McScarlett. McScarlett? Nice. Yeah, I gave one to him. But yeah, I don't know. I have duplicates of the modern consoles, but I want old ones. Oh, Sega Saturn I also have.
Guys are saying "I caramba." I'm reading the chat. I'm not.
No, I got that. And yeah, I also have my Sega Saturn, but I got to find the plugs for that guy too. I wonder if that works with the laser disc. I mean, I only played one game.
Maybe not.
Who knows? But yeah, so that's what I've been.
Good vibes. It's gonna work.
I've been on this retro kick, so
I love it.
loving it, man.
It's fun.
Oh, and one more thing. I
Yeah.
bought Sonic the Hedgehog 2 for Game Gear for $5.
Did you get it?
And I put it in, and I was like, "Yep," and then I turned it off.
Yeah. Well,
It's $5. I can't say no to that.
yeah, you can, but I'm glad you did.
And the funny thing is, this Game Gear game is the same game I remember when I was a kid. At one of my birthday parties, my friend had a Game Gear. I mean, you're like, "Fuck, that's so nice." It has back screen. It's so light. And I remember that level, the cart level in Sonic 2. That's the game I had, and I turned it on, and it I went back to that time, and I was like, "Yes."
Yeah, that's it.
After 28 years, I finally, I own it, motherfucker. It's mine. Anyway, so that's my retro kick that I've been on.
Cool.
We can go to news or new releases. I mean,
new releases, right? Yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. New releases.
so there's a game called Journey of the Broken Circle.
Okay.
Which is a game made by that company that makes all those shovelware games on the Switch. Well, remember they're giving like 10 free games and during the Christmas holidays last year. By the way, it's been exactly 1 year, I think, since I've been on the podcast. I think. I could be lying. I think so.
Jesus Christ.
Or close to a year. I don't remember. I maybe ignore it. Maybe I made the whole thing up. No, because I think so.
It was before
Halloween.
Yeah, and it was before 300, and we're at 329, and we've been close to about every other week. Happy anniversary, dude.
Hey. The hell was I saying? Oh yeah. So that game, Journey to Something or Other, is free if you have any of their other games, which include Lydia and the game I told you about. That's like very sad. Donate to charity. So I got it for free. I was like, right on. I'm probably not gonna play it, but it's cool. It's cool that they do that. The other game that came out was a game called Hades, which I don't know if you want to talk about now or later, or that's up to you.
Yeah, I'll talk about it, I guess, a little bit. I got Hades on Switch. I'm a big Supergiant Games fan. I've bought and played their other 3 games. I didn't finish Pyre, but I adore Bastion, one of my favorite games of...
Oh, it's the same guys who made Bastion?
Bastion and Transistor. And I really like Transistor a lot.
Oh, well, that changes everything then.
This is them doing...
That's why it looks like Transistor. It's like a top point, like isometric view.
Yeah, and Darren Korn's back doing the soundtrack, and it's just like... That Logan, I forget his last name. He's back, the voice actor guy. It's just... It's neat, man. It's a roguelike, but it's got like a... It feels a bit more... Rogue Legacy mechanically. So I'm like an hour in versus like a Dead Cells maybe. But it just feels good to play, man. Yeah, keep getting...
Really? Okay.
It's great.
So, is it like another like successor to Transition and Bastion? Because that's what Transition was to Bastion. Wow.
They're different worlds.
No, but I know. But I felt like this was like the spiritual sequel to Bastion was Transistor.
Oh,
Transistor.
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Pyre was much more of an arena combat kind of a game, where it was like an American Gladiators style.
I never heard of Pyre. No, but I'm saying, would this be considered their like next project after Transistor?
No, because there's been a project. Pyre came between Transistor and this, so they would have already had that. So if you ignore that, maybe, but I guess I don't. In the definition, I'm assuming you have yes, but to me, like Bastion, it's kind of like Zelda and Mario aren't like a leapfrog for Miyamoto. You know what I mean?
No, but for this studio, like Bastion and then Transistor, I was like, oh, that makes sense. And then this next game comes out, I'm like, oh, well, that makes sense because of Transistor.
If you ignore the third game, then yes.
Yeah, it feels like a spin-off, that third game. Or like its own thing.
Yeah, but so is this like...
Who's on first? Let me ask you that.
Yeah, I just don't understand. To me, they're so different that they don't feel like maybe like the way a band gets better, like album to album.
Never mind.
Feels like a good.
It's hard to explain.
Yeah,
I thought you were gonna be like, yes, and I was gonna be like, right on. Next topic.
Oh, sorry.
But no, we're still
sorry.
still here.
Well, it's good. We can move on.
That's good. I'm gonna you've sold me on it, so maybe I'll check it out. Sounds cool though. Hades. That's a devil from Hercules.
You're the son of the devil.
Lucifer?
Or in the game you play the son. Hades is the devil, and his name is escaping me at the moment. Who you play? Maybe begins with a Z or something?
Zoltron.
Voltron?
Zoltron. The other game that came out was Spelunky 2, which is also a roguelike game, from my understanding.
Yeah. Did you ever play the first one?
I got this mixed up with Spelunker, so no.
Oh. It was good, and a lot of people loved it.
I heard good things about it. It's like roguelike, and
it was also
like,
it was kind of like another big one that was, in that wave with Super Meat Boy. The developer's name's Derek Yu. He's a pretty interesting, cool guy. There's a lot of interviews with him out there.
yeah.
And I want to say Spelunky was almost one of the games in Indie Game the Movie. And
okay.
It started out as a different idea. They were going to do a lot of videos of a lot of different games. And so in the bonus features of the Blu-ray, they have kind of the way that they originally thought the story was going to go. But then they saw the narrative that they could craft between the Jonathan Blow, the Super Meat Boy, and then Phil Fish. They were like, oh, there's like
Fish.
There's something, there's a movie that we can craft here.
Yeah.
And so they cut out a bunch of other stuff. So it's cool.
Yeah, I heard good things about the first Spelunky. Again, I like roguelikes, so
yeah.
The other game that, of course, came out was Sumo 3D All-Stars. Came out on the 18th. Did you get your copy?
I did.
We did. We'll talk about it at the what you've been playing.
Yeah.
I think that's about it. Is there anything else? It's a game called 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim.
I think
someone out there liked it.
Maybe there was. Hold on. I closed the tab. I definitely was ready to move on as well, but I'm disappointed that Tennis World Tour is not getting good. We need good tennis games. Like, God.
Well, we have Mario Tennis Ace, Mario Tennis on 3DS, Mario's Tennis.
Mario Tennis is not good on the 3DS. And on the Switch,
Mario
I don't think it was either. But I mean, like a real tennis game. Have you ever played Virtua Tennis or Virtual Tennis?
No. Oh, wait. Yes, that was Sega. Yes,
on the Dreamcast. That is the best tennis game that's ever been made. It was fantastic. And, I liked Davis Cup tennis. I've liked some of the...
I played Activision tennis.
There's been really good tennis games. Pong is tennis.
Yeah.
It's good.
I'm talking about like the old school Activision tennis game. Like they came on like that 60 games Activision old...
I had one of those. It was like just
I had it on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Baby Felix and the Cat Tennis, probably good, according to Kaiser. Crisis Remastered came out, which is funny. We mentioned Hot Shot Racing last week because we're like, hey, I do want to mention something about it to revisit that from last week. It is basically like virtual racing. That old Sega polygonal style 3D. But I didn't know this at the time of the last episode, but Jason Heine did the soundtrack for it, who's a YouTuber that I've followed for a really long time, probably 10 years or so. He used to be called the EMU Review, and he was on a podcast with Gamester 81 and Johnny Millennium.
You're just saying a bunch of names.
Seems like a really nice guy. These are old
cool
retro game YouTubers from back in the day.
Good for him.
But he's like nice, seems like a really cool, nice guy. So there was another game called Horizon Shooter or something Horizon that he did the soundtrack for, and I bought it just because he did the soundtrack, which was a pretty cool game, but it was cool to see that Digital Foundry did a whole video on it. And it's getting really good reviews, which is cool. Also, Hades is getting really high reviews, and All Gen Gamers, that's what it was. Thanks, Kaiser. But Hades is getting really good reviews too. So
the funny thing about you mentioned Digital Foundry, they're the guys that make like they show the frames per second and all that jazz, right?
yeah.
So I watched their review of Mario 3D All Stars after I got the game, as opposed to like IGN's, because I'm like, I know you guys are gonna break this shit down.
Yeah.
And tell me the comparison, because that's what I wanted. I want to know what was the difference between the games. But again, we can talk about that after.
Yeah, we will.
Yeah.
But definitely, I just thought that was cool. I'm a fan. Look on YouTube for Heiny House Entertainment. Yeah. Also, I was glad to see that Spelunky 2 is getting really positive reviews. I mean, people loved that game. It was like Spelunky 2 is the kind of game that's pretty fun to watch someone stream.
Yeah.
If you know,
It's a digging game, I'm guessing, right? Like Spelunker was?
Yeah, and it's a little, it's 2D, kind of looks a little flashy, I think you might say. Like
SteamWorld Dig, I'm thinking?
Yeah, maybe, yeah. Any little Indiana Jones looking guy.
Yeah. I know of the game. I just didn't know it was roguelike.
Yeah. It's just, roguelikes lend themselves very well to streamers and whatnot. Just, like, if you enjoy the personality playing the game, roguelikes are really cool for that. And so Spelunky did really well with Twitch and all of that.
I'm part of the Binding of Isaac Facebook group because no one in my life knows or cares about that game. And every so often someone's like, "Want to watch me stream live?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good." Because I don't like watching streamers play, right? So,
but if you are, it's that was one of those.
It seems like it'd be good because it's always different.
Yeah. Yep. So, good deal. Well, I guess that's it for releases. So I think it's time to talk about the news.
Bum, 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 bum. Also, I synced myself one time in the podcast to that, and it sounded perfect. I know.
Pumped. I'm like, you'll be. It was like
it was so cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
All right, so here's some sad news. Nintendo discontinues the 3DS. I know. They said that the Switch was not going to be a replacement for the 3DS, but they lied. So yeah, goodbye 3DS.
Yeah,
goodbye, my brother. Goodbye, my friend. I know, but it just came out a new 3DS like 6 years ago. It's been a while. Been a while for you.
You know,
bye, my brother.
You're such an internet gamer. They lied. It could be, 30 years from now, I'm like, I knew those motherfuckers were going to stop making that 3DS.
Yeah. And the 3DS is probably one of my second biggest collection of games that I have. Okay. That actually I bought with my own money as an adult. So I have like a huge row of 3DS games. And I'm like, I played every single one of you. And I'm playing every single one of you again. Including that weird-ass Fatal Frame game called Spirit Book that you need the manual because you point at it with the AR camera and shit starts coming out of it. I might play that for Halloween. Yeah, but then you look at the ghosts and there's like this weird anime chick standing in the middle of your hallway because like the AR sucks. So like instead of her being on the floor, she's like floating awkwardly on your wall. But I only played that once, and that's when I first got the 3DS 10 years ago. Goodbye, my brother. Goodbye, my friend. So that sucks, but
could be worse, right?
The Nintendo 3DS online services will continue to be supported.
Let's set an over/under. Like, realistically, what's your guess that on how many more years you can open your 3DS and log into the eShop?
That's the tough part. They just stopped the Wii U one, I heard. Virtual Console, or am I lying out of my ass?
The Wii's...
Or was it the Wii one they just stopped?
I think the Wii U is still up. Okay,
so maybe it was the Wii one. So that was, 20 years? And they said that they would never do it? Goodbye, my brother.
I don't know, 5 years is or...
5...
Did they get us to another 10?
Maybe another 10. Honestly, because the 3DS eShop...
If I wanted to finally buy... I don't know. Some game. I can't think of one that I would. Well,
it's all so in the sales section. I'll talk about it, but I'm buying all the 3D Sega games now because I'm like, I must have them all before you get rid of them, and there's no other way for me to play it.
Okay. I'm
the digital ones specifically, right?
Yes. Okay.
Because even if the
I'm
eShop
very-
does go like fuck itself, you can still buy physical copies of games you want. But these 3D Sega games are digital only.
Yeah.
So just saying, listen, wait up for sale, guys. There's a bunch of sales. It's gonna be great.
Sorry.
Woo!
Stepping on your toes again on accident.
It's all good.
But that's cool that at least they're out there saying, don't worry, you'll still be able to give us money.
And they also said at the beginning, don't worry, the Switch will not replace the 3DS.
They did.
They lied. Goodbye, my brother. I don't know why that song.
They were.
I can't think of any other song.
Yeah, this is like the first time since like 1988 or 89 that Nintendo has been a single console company since then. Like, I heard that stat thrown out, and I think that that's true because, you know, the Game Boy Advance, and blah, blah, blah.
When did it come out? Did that come out like 89 or something?
Yeah, I think so. I think the first.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, I said 88 or 89. So, like,
well, I gotta listen with my ear holes.
Sorry. So let me try again. Since whenever the Game Boy came out, 88, 89. Yeah. This is the first time since that old NES that it's been a one console system, our company. So when you put it in that context, because there's always been the transition, right? So it's always felt like, of course, they're gonna, you know, get rid of the Game Boy Advance. You know, the DS is not replacing the Game Boy Advance, and
they lied. Goodbye, my brother.
Right? So. But
they did say that about the DS and the Game Boy Advance. Some motherfuckers.
But there was always the handheld and the console, right? Like there was. Always...
That's why it wasn't called a Game Boy. Those pieces of shit. It's called a DS because it's supposed to be its own thing. Bye, my brother.
So, but I don't know. Just like it's what it is, I guess. It doesn't feel like that's a true statement, but it is. I don't know.
But I mean, what else were they going to do? Like, hey, your Switch is portable, and because of that, we've introduced a new portable system. It's like, man, you know, I thought that's how you know. So it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't take the fucking Switch on a bus. Hey, man, what are you playing?
Yeah,
I'm playing Super Mario. Shank, shank, shank. And
yeah, I don't know.
Bye. I fear everybody.
You do.
People are jerks. Anyways. Whoa, my ears. I pressed play on a trailer. My mistake. So I just blasted music in my ear hole. The next thing on the docket, unless you got something else to say about a 3DS?
Nope, I was doing we were on the same page. We were both trying to talk about Rocket League.
Yes, Rocket League is free to play, motherfuckers. Oh, I'm so fucking happy.
Hey, did they respond to you on Twitter?
No, and I found the answer.
What is
no.
No.
So anything you purchased on the PS4, like the DeLorean or the actual one, in my case, is not transferable to other consoles because of licensing. Because they didn't sell that on the Nintendo Switch. They sold it on the PS4.
Yeah.
So, you also cannot buy the DeLorean or anything else with the new free-to-play model. Only like esport premium cars, none of this fancy movie licenses. I guess that's a pain in the ass, and they're not going to do that ever again. But if you already own the content, you keep it
on that platform.
On that platform. So if I were to play the DeLorean, you would still see it on, even though you're playing the Switch.
Cool. So
but
I'll be able to
you
sell
cannot get it.
My account down the road when I have all these.
Yes.
Sweet. Great.
And but on the Switch side, so they really changed everything up. And it took a long time for it to get connected today because obviously it's new and it's Epic, and Epic ruins everything. Am I right? Have you seen their store? I have like 10 free games and I don't even own a PC.
Their store it's too big. Their webpage feels like, if you go to a desktop page, it feels like it's the mobile version.
Yeah, fuck those guys.
No, I like it.
And they're free game.
Whatever.
I'm joking. I'm just saying when people were upset about Epic coming into the... When people were upset about Epic showing up, they're like, oh...
Yeah.
I can't think of anything that they said because I'm not sure of the context. Anyway, so I made an Epic account, and it's like, hey, you already have one. And I'm like, but why? Because I forgot about the Epic store.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, PlayStation, you're my motherfucking primary because you got the DeLorean and the Ecto 1. Now I'm gonna go on the Switch, and the Switch is like, motherfucker, we're tied to an account already. I'm like, what account are you tied to? So I have 2 Epic accounts because I forgot my password the first time, and I made a second one. So my Switch was tied to the other one. So that other Epic account has like other games I downloaded for free a long time ago.
You do it to yourself.
Which I forgot. Man. Yeah, so I unlinked that one, so now we're all on one big happy family.
Like reshuffle it?
Once.
Good for them.
So you can, yeah. So I'm like, sweet, my Switch, PS4, everything's together.
Oh,
and I'm like, level 1. Say what?
That's nice and tidy. I like that.
So on my PS4, it has my name and my stats. And then on my Switch, it has my actual name. Because that's the name of my username. On my Switch, it's just Kevin. And I'm like, level 1? What do you mean level 1? And I went to my stats. It's like losses 1,012, wins 12. And I'm like, okay, so you did tie up my stats, so that's good. So it is connected to everything. But on the Switch version, I don't know if you have it. Do you?
Yes, I bought.
Okay, so there's the Mario card, the Luigi card, the Metroid card. Oh, that's so pretty. So that's cool. Yeah. And when Mario Kart jumps, it does like the Mario jump noise. And if it's cool. I'm like, Hannah, come here. The car's making the noise. Can I play? No. Like it took too long for me to set this up. So anyways, that's awesome. I texted everyone I know, hey, Rocket League is not free to play. And most of them wrote back, I already own it. What does that mean? And I don't feel like explaining it, so I didn't respond. And, I'm going to play it again because I love Rocket League. My PlayStation Plus stopped, so I stopped playing the game. And now I always wanted to switch, but I didn't want to buy it again because I'm a cheap bastard, even though it was only $10. But I'm glad I didn't because it's free to play, and I can play it in my bed.
But you're going to talk about buying a game again later in the store. It's weird when you don't rebuy it.
Or shadowing.
Oh, okay.
I like that.
I do. It's cool. Go play some Rocket League, and you'll be called bad words, but that's okay. You're a big kid. I mean,
it's so cool.
I haven't gone back since I finally was like, I've had enough. Fuck this game.
Yeah.
But it is one of my favorite games. I adore it.
Yeah.
Kaiser
easily
says,
like my top 5.
Kaiser says, free to play A. Watch as we see the people that get paid for the games rage out on the free to play players. Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it tells you you're not new, right? It knows that, so you're not like playing with like new players.
Yeah.
So because that's your stats, right?
Yeah.
I wasn't like fighting like level 1s. I wish I was.
Smurf account, and I've
say what?
Like when people do a Smurf account.
Oh, I heard about Smurfs.
When people
they called me a Smurf once. That's how I learned what that was.
Nathan.
I know. Yeah. I was like, you're a little blue person. Fuck you. I had to go in there like, fuck you. Ha, enter, and it just came up as stars. I'm like, fuck. Foiled again.
And then you're getting like a kicked out or the game warning for being idle because it takes so long to type.
Yeah. Okay. Damn it.
All right. Well, in other news, there are more classic games that are headed to the NES and the SNES on the Switch Online. I did not know this until I looked at the show notes earlier today. Let's take a look at Twitter and see what games are coming. Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, these sources are from Twitter for some reason.
Nice. Donkey Kong Country 2. I thought, didn't they just do Donkey Kong Country?
Yeah.
Or was 2 already? Okay. Mario. Oh, Super Picross. That's rad.
And there's also a tutorial somewhere on the Switch that teaches you how to play Picross. Because I have Zelda's Picross on 3DS, and I opened it, and I was like, no, I'm good.
Oh, I love it. I have 8.
I heard it's good.
It's fantastic. On 3DS, I have one of them. Mario, Super Picross, and then the Peacekeepers. And did we talk about Scat on NES?
No.
Okay. What a terrible acronym. But Scat stands for Special Cybernetic Attack Team. I heard this game's good.
Yeah, I got this mixed up with that other Smash TV.
Man.
So
I was talking about the gross stuff on the internet.
Oh no, scatting it up.
Yeah,
and it goes a little something like this. That's not how that song goes. I'm sorry, I completely ruined that joke. No, that's a totally different song.
It is, but era-ish. I loved that because I'm the Scatman song when that came out. We were like, right,
it was really good.
It was, yeah. If you liked that, yeah.
Because then it shows a guy in the hat, and he's like scatting to a mic, and there's like 4 of him on a TV, and then it shows like 2 older folks like beep, ba, 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 ba. It's really cool, really well done.
Yep. I just re-signed up for Nintendo Switch Online.
Nice.
I got charged again or whatever. So it's been a year. I'm happy to pay the $20 again.
Yeah, absolutely. It's worth it for this library.
It's
Someone on Twitter, first thing, there's a game called Scat.
yeah. That's funny. All right, good deal.
And I just got Donkey Kong 2 on the SNES, the physical cartridge. So I'm like, yes, I get to play it again. Woo! I don't know. I'm always happy when they update these libraries, so no complaints ever.
100%, absolutely. The slow drip is a little annoying, but whatever. At least they're bringing some pretty good ones.
At least we have to wait 3 years for Super Mario Brothers 3, like on the Wii U.
Stupid. You had to play
Said I'll never replace it. Fuckers.
So
callback.
The next, I didn't know how to transition out. It was good. The next big news is that Microsoft's Game Pass has really gathered a lot of subscribers. They're up to 15 million now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's almost as much people in the world.
That checks out. Math checks out.
Citation needed.
Game Pass is going to get even better in the next news story. It's
sure is.
Game Pass is really just with the EA Play now coming in. So you'll get like base level of I think FIFA and Madden and all that maybe, and like I don't know other EA games, probably old Battlefields and stuff. Like that's cool. That's getting integrated.
Yeah.
But 15 million subscribers, I'm not surprised, man. Even when my bonus period is up in February, I'm gonna pay $15 a month. I'm gonna cut a lot of other services before I cut this. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
This might if I had to, I'd keep that over Netflix or Hulu, and I watch those.
Yeah, and porn's free, so all you need is a trailer and
really
5 minutes, right?
Yeah, that's really all you need.
Or 2 minutes. Depending.
Now the Xbox pre-orders were really tough to come by. I know you weren't tempted, but did you follow any of the pre-order fiasco stuff?
Oh, which one? Sorry.
Well, either one of the two. There was 4 consoles that were up for pre-order, right? 2 PlayStations and 2 Xboxes.
Yeah.
They both seemed like a nightmare if you were trying to participate in that.
My brother-in-law? My wife's brother? That's my brother-in-law, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. He got a PS5.
Have you also heard that it's a little...
The screenshot?
No, just it's a little big.
The PS5?
The PS5. You heard how huge it is?
No.
They're like it's definitely the largest console that's ever been released, and it's like as tall as some small TVs next to it. Like I guess it's this fucking behemoth. I'm picturing like that snake plant behind me. I'm like, it sounds.
Is that your fridge? No, the PS5.
It sounds huge.
Good, right?
And like the Xbox is so tiny and cute.
Yeah.
When we're done, maybe that's thumbnail stuff. If you can get some sort of mock-up, I mean, it's like gonna look like Godzilla towering over. Like it's way bigger than the original Xbox One. That big black one.
Big.
It's way bigger than that. So.
Well, I already did a Rampage thing. What's called Pilgrim. Maybe I'll just replace the Rampage character with a PS5 and keep the thumbnail the same.
Put a PS5 in there, yeah, exactly. Just put it on top of the building. But Microsoft is just doing all sorts of wild stuff right now. I know I transitioning away from the PS5. Did you get a mock-up thing?
Oh no, I just wrote down so I can remember tomorrow. I'm like, I'm thinking of a thumbnail. I already have.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Game Pass is seeming to be very popular. 15 million active subscribers is really good.
Well, I'll only get a Game Pass if they purchase a certain company.
What if they bought ZeniMax? And they just...
I don't know who that is.
ZeniMax is like the parent company that owns Bethesda. So
I know Bethesda. Well, in that case, mister, if they purchase Bethesda, that, my friend, is a game changer.
Oh boy. Well,
Because they get to play games like Fallout 76 and
Fallout 4.
Skyrim, 4.
Oblivion.
Oblivion.
What if, because they got id Software as well, and you could play the new Doom?
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's just a hypothetical.
Yeah.
Help me out here.
Hypothetical.
What's the word? Oh, I was close.
Yeah.
It's like
Hypothetical.
when someone's saying
word.
You're something polar.
Dyslexic?
No. Like
Bipolar?
no, not bipolar. Hyperbolic. Hyperbolic. There we go. That's another word I can't say because
Hyperbole.
English is my second language.
Well,
It's not.
you know what? I'm learning. I'll be up to speed on my Portuguese in no time. We'll
Rapaz, fala.
We'll flip the script. But yeah, Microsoft did acquire ZeniMax, which is wild. They paid a lot of money for it. A lot of people, for trying to put it into context, Disney paid $4 billion for the Star Wars property. This is $7.5 billion.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah. So
Is Bethesda worth it though?
now that's the question.
Right? I mean, they make great games. Don't get me wrong, but 1.5 billion. That's a lot of money.
I think that they paid like $1 billion for Minecraft or $4 billion for Minecraft or something. Like, and that's exploded even more. I know that's just one game or whatnot, but that seems like a juggernaut of like pop culture and whatnot. And
Yeah.
you know, like Bethesda doesn't.
It's like owning Fortnite right now.
Yeah. It seemed like a lot of money. I was surprised at that high of a price tag, but
I can see that with like Rockstar, because at least Grand Theft Auto 5 is still making money,
but, you know,
and Red Dead Redemption
they've
online
got some of
plays.
the best-selling games ever, I guess. You know, Skyrim's
Yeah,
sold a bajillion.
I mean, I don't love Bethesda games. I like Fallout 3 and 4 and New Vegas, and that's about it. Never got into Skyrim. I played Doom. I didn't like Doom Eternal. I like Wolfenstein. I liked all the Wolfensteins. But I'm like, that's a lot of money.
It is.
That's like someone paying $7.5 billion for me. I'm fucking useless, man. I got a canker sore. Sucks.
Man, Microsoft is really just doing stuff. It's pretty crazy to see. It's interesting listening to these old bombcasts from 10 years ago. Because Microsoft just was not as consumer friendly. Sony was the one that was way more consumer friendly as far as building services and the value proposition with the gold versus, you know, you could play for free online on PlayStation.
That's right. PlayStation Plus was free.
Yeah.
Oh, no, PlayStation Plus was money to get free games, but the online service was free.
Yeah, and you didn't need the PlayStation Network to watch Netflix, but you needed gold to watch Netflix.
That's right, you did.
That kind of stuff, and it's the other way around right now. Well, not necessarily. That's not really a fair statement. Both
PlayStation was backwards compatible.
But you know what I mean? Like Microsoft really flipped the script as far as being like, God, they're really going all in for the customer right now. They're like, if we can treat 20 million people good, we can pull this off.
Yeah, that's crazy. I haven't had that many text messages, like, as if Michael Jackson died. Like, I had my brother-in-law, my brother, Kyle, a bunch of other people text me, did you hear about Microsoft Bethesda? And I'm like, oh my God, are they dead? Like, that's usually when you get that many text messages, someone died, right? And I was like, no. And I saw it, and I was like, that's huge. That's fucking huge.
But let's go back to your statement, though. Okay, so we don't know what we're talking about financially and all that stuff. It's just big numbers, right? But in our world, what this means for us, like, are you serious? Like, does this now get the value proposition where you have to figure out a way to get into Game Pass? Like, is this now when you have the chance, when you are able to see an Xbox One S or the X, whichever one you get, are you going to pull the trigger because of the library that you'd have access to? Are you at that point, or are you still a couple years away from buying one?
Well, I'm a couple of years away. Like, I bought the Switch now, and, you know, they're like, hey, new hardware's coming out. I'm like, hey, slow the fuck down, okay? Because you said that nothing will replace this damn Switch. I know everyone's like on the edge of their seat and like biting their lower lip to see what I've decided to pre-order or what I'm gonna buy, but I'll save that for the next segment.
Okay.
I know, guys. You gotta wait till the end of the show to find out what I'm gonna buy. Oh no, you did the song. You did the song. What a bastard.
Maybe I did a good one.
No, I know. I know that shit-eating like grin of yours where you're like, oh, you're like the dog from Wacky Racers. But yeah, let's transition
to the
Bastion.
giant,
Remember?
big old PS5.
Yes. So they finally announced the release date and the price for this fridge of a system.
Yeah,
the PS fridge,
the mini fridge. Oh, a newsflash. Microsoft buys Kevin for $7.1 billion. Sadly, that's $1 billion Canadian, so $4 Australian.
Ah, man. You know what? It's $4 more than I had before.
Kaiser. That's it. Hey, he's just a good callback. More monetary jokes. That's what you get at the class.
Australian dollars.
International jokes about...
Who knows?
Because we all have dollars, right?
Do they? Are they? You sure they're dollars?
I thought so.
They're not like pounds or like euros or Aussies.
Pounds, but he said my pounds. Hold on. Okay, Australian currency.
Is it like a little L with a weird line through it?
I thought it was AUSD. Yeah, Australian dollars.
That's how they're called? That's not creative.
Not AUSD. I'm an idiot. Yeah, AUD. Like, there's been music artists I've like from Australia that I bought from Bandcamp. You know, Bandcamp will like put it into the. I don't know if you've never bought, but like if you buy something from Finland, it'll turn it into whatever they use.
$70?
I was gonna say ISK, but that's Iceland, so I don't know what they use in Finland. But
can we all just agree on $1 and one time zone? That's what I'm saying, man.
If you could
right now, it could be 9:41 in Australia, and it'd be daytime, and he'd be broke because of my currency. Depending whose currency we're on, I don't know.
Wait, okay, if you could choose only one, if you could have
one currency,
one currency or one time zone, which one would you choose? If you could do the Thanos, snap your fingers, and you get your way.
Currency.
I would
mine
sucks. I would do time zone. Oh,
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. Time zone.
Like everyone just flat Earth. Like against the sun?
No, I think it would, okay, for one, it would make logistics way easier. But two, I think it would be kind of fun to figure out when's it day in California. Oh, wild. It's 10 o'clock to 10 over there. Man, it's 7 to 7 where I'm from. You would know. It wouldn't be that weird or wild.
Would it just be the same time? Everywhere? If we make everything the same?
The sun still moves.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's a flat Earth at that point, right?
Oh, if we could really, terraform it and we're just together. Yeah, okay. No, we just move everybody into one sliver of the planet. I just
right in the middle.
Don't get stuck in the ocean.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Or the coast.
No, I like my flat Earth theory.
Yeah, okay. But I think one time zone would be great. Most people think I'm a crackpot for it, but in my heart of hearts, I believe it.
So 9:41 p.m. in Aussie right now would be
9:41 p.m. in Australia.
But it'd be daylight.
9:41, but it's daylight. Yeah.
His PM is our AM, and hamburgers eat people. I got it.
Well,
it's backwards land.
Just like it is now. June's their winter. You know, December's their summer. The toilets go backwards. Their deer box you. It's crazy.
Are you talking about kangaroos?
Yes. I'm talking about kangaroos.
I want the currency because then we'd all be like, man, you look at the back of the box and it's like $60 and it's only 60. It's not like 60 and then 80 Canadian. You're like, oh.
How hilarious. That does suck. It
does.
Even when I was a little kid, I was like, man, I'm glad I'm not buying books in Canada.
Yeah, I wish they didn't show me. Like, I wouldn't be as hurt if I didn't know.
They shove U.S. prices and French down your throat. It's not fair.
Yeah.
You should be able to opt in or out of that stuff.
It's even worse when you go to Niagara Falls. All the restaurants have like the double currency.
Outside of economics, like let's not get into that stuff. But
fuck economics.
The convenience, just how funny would it be? How many years would it take for them to settle on a design? 250? Like, how many generations would be fighting over the design of the world currency?
Oh. Well, it'll just be like a dollar, an S, with an A, with an E, and squiggly lines. Is that what you're talking about, the logo? Or are you talking about the actual, like, on the
Yeah, like
paper?
there's faces on dollars, right?
Oh, all of them. Everyone's prime minister is
Everybody's
all
face.
squeezed. It's like a Mad Folded magazine.
They do like one of those, you know, where it's like a picture of Bill Murray, but it's made out of little photos of Bill Murray.
Like a mosaic.
Yeah, we just do everybody's face, but it just makes it the dollar sign. Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Perfect.
Okay.
Or in a $5 bill, it's that 3D eye thing where you like look closely and pull it away and you can see like Bill Clinton. Oh, amazing.
What if that's
right?
Oh, dude, that's silly. There's a really dumb book in there somewhere, like a Goosebumps kind of book. Like you have to go cross-eyed to spend the currency. All right, let's move on. We're not talking about stuff that matters. PlayStation 5, right? That got announced.
Yeah.
There's two versions. There's a digital and a disc-based version. We knew that.
Yeah.
$4.99 is the price of the disc one, and $3.99 is the price of the all digital one.
How much was the Xbox? Do you remember?
$4.99 and $2.99 respectively. But
Ooh.
am I mistaken? I thought that the PS4 or PS5 digital version, other than the disc drive, was exactly the same spec wise.
I thought that's what it was, but then I saw
Xbox is not that way. But it's, like the S is, you know, underpowered compared to.
Well, it's not a PlayStation 5S. It's just a PlayStation 5 no disc, right? So I think you're right. I think I'm confusing with the Xbox.
So that price, if you're not well educated, is real brutal. If you're a PlayStation fan, it's that digital one all day long. Like $400 for the brand new console, like absolutely. But you want to spend $100 for a Blu-ray drive?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm a physical guy, man. I don't want like not having the option. Like I don't like not being able to be part of that. Like if I'm walking in the store and I saw like, I don't know, Spider-Man Miles Morales for like $10 on sale, and I'm like, fuck, I don't have a disc PS5. It's on sale on the digital storefront for $30. I could get it right now for $10. Fuck me for my stupid $100 cheapiness. No. No, I'm always.
Then you would say $110 because you wouldn't buy the game that you probably already own, and you still have the $100 from not buying the disc.
No, I'd go disc either way. Always physical option. Okay. I don't like being not allowed to have that option of a medium.
I understand that. I'm not wired that way.
Like remember when the iPods first came out? I'm like, download my music digitally. Oh, okay. I can buy the CD and then put it on iTunes. That's what I always did because I wanted that physical copy. And now those CDs are somewhere in my closet, taped up, forever, taking up space.
I still have all my CDs, all the stupid ones I burnt too. So
yeah, me too. Kevin's album, Volume 13. I
moved out of it. It is a 4K UHD Blu-ray drive, but
my TV is 720.
I can't tell if Kaiser's being sarcastic or not. He goes, I'm getting the disc version. My PS4's disc drive is borked. May as well get a PS5 instead of a new PS4. Oh, yeah, the upgrade from the PS4 to the PS5, having that Blu-ray drive is a big deal. That's why I have that Xbox One X, because I wanted an affordable 4K UHD Blu-ray player.
And here's... Well, are you going to get a PS5 or Xbox? Have you decided?
Yes, I'm getting both.
Eventually.
Some other time. I have no interest right now in it. The frickin' Switch, man, is good enough. And
it is.
A lot of games, like I have a 1080p. I've got 1080p monitors. I have computers that can run games at 1080p, and so I still can get by. I think that a deal could come up, who knows, right? The Spirit could move me one day, but I think I'm at least a year out from the launch, and I think they're coming out in like November, right?
Yeah.
So sometime in late 2021, I would guess.
Well, this will be the first time I don't have all three systems, or that's a lie. My last PS4 and the Switch eventually were my consoles, right? Before that was Xbox, PS3, and Wii. I had all three, so it didn't matter to me. This time, I mean, I'm not gonna buy a new console for like 5 years. Let's throw that out there. But if I had like a pre-order in front of me and they're like, "Hey, motherfucker, here it is. You have the money, and you want it."
One of the four. Which one would you get?
Project Series X would be my go-to.
I think that's
which is weird.
Too.
Again, I'm probably gonna get all of them eventually at some point, which is may not true because I didn't have an Xbox One. I never owned an Xbox One, which is weird to me. But the Project Series X really speaks to me with the Game Pass, with the backwards compatibility. PS5 is not backwards compatible with PS3, 2, or 1, only 4.
Yeah.
And then they announced their PlayStation Plus collection, where like the minute you have PlayStation Plus, they give you a whole bunch of games, which is cool. But I literally own every single game there physically.
Yeah.
And I'm like that.
They're PS4 games. They're like classic. They're great games, but they are
great games like Uncharted 4, Persona 5, like all that's on there.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
those I think those are all on there.
But I have those games, so that option to me is useless. But to everyone else, that's rad.
But it's not Gears day, release day or
Game Pass
release day.
Because I will absolutely get Game Pass. Has Battletoads, Untitled Goose Game, any other game I can't think of right now.
Hollow Knight, like a lot of games.
Halo,
get a lot
everything.
Halo, Gears, Forza,
and Bethesda games now on top of it.
Bethesda games and EA games. Some EA classics will be on there.
And the games that I do care about, like Resident Evil Village or 8, is multi-platform. The only game I really care about, they also announced God of War Ragnarok, which is a sequel to the God of War game, and Miles Morales, which is a Spider-Man game, which I loved, but not love enough to get a new console and be stuck on it for now.
And that's the thing; it's for now. Unless something happens, I intend to buy both consoles, but right now, if my PC craps the bed. And your canker sore gets out of hand and you lose your job, we can't podcast anymore. And I can only play video games, one way. I think in that same scenario, I think I would reach for the Series X as well. For the PS5 right now. Also, like, frankly, it's shallow, but just the pure aesthetic. Like, honestly,
I like the PlayStation 5, the way that looks.
Huh?
More than the X.
You like the what better?
The PS5 design more than the X.
Oh, really? Oh, I
love that cheesy, futuristic, RoboCop remake looking motherfucker.
I get that. If it was the size of a Wii, I would be more on board with it. But
I like that you have to squeeze into my doorway because it's there.
I'm picturing just an like people are gonna be like, do you have like a tower fan? Like, no, that's my game console.
A speaker? Why does it look? It looks like a vagina.
Shouldn't this be on the floor? I love the look of the. My favorite of all of them is the S.
The S looks cool because it looks like it has a speaker on the side.
I just love that box.
The X looks like my modem. Remember the modem I showed you, except it's black instead of white. Yeah. So, I don't know. That's cool that we're in that world of like PS5 and Xbox One. Did you see that people were accidentally pre-ordering or ordering Xbox Ones instead of Project Series X's because the names are already fucking people over?
It was like Amazon. It was like the number 4 sold thing in all of gaming last week or something. It was up like 750% in sales. Like, clearly some uninformed consumers.
Uninformed. Come on. It's called Xbox Series X. What a terrible name. It's like the Wii U. People are like, is this a new console? Is it part of it?
I know. But like I've said before, I think that they're just trying to get to eventually it's just Xbox.
Yeah. I also saw someone did a screenshot of their pre-order.
Okay.
And with their confirmation number and everything. So someone just called as the guy and canceled their pre-order because he was already scalping it, right?
Oh, okay.
So they post on eBay, like, here's my pre-order copy, but it has like the confirmation code. So the person just called EB and it's like, hey, I want to cancel it and play with a different credit card. So this is what I read online. If it's true, I don't know, but it's pretty funny.
I hope so. Kaiser says, I plan on getting both PS5 and the XXX, the Xbox Series X. Funny enough, only getting the XXX for Rare Replay and Radiant Silvergun.
Rare Replay is good. That's another thing I wish I had.
Radiant Silvergun, that's a
just for Bad Fur Day.
Just feel bad for you?
No, sorry. Canker Star. Just for Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Oh, Conker's Bad Fur Day.
I never played that game, and I heard the Xbox 360 version was censored, so I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, weird.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of the whole shtick. Okay, all right. Kevin, I'm going to run out of gas, so let's move on and talk about the sales that we had.
Yes, so I'll be fast with this one. It's mostly Nintendo sales. Blaster Master Zero is $4.99 for the Switch. And
Switch. Hey,
we're good?
Blaster Master Zero at 0% off as a recommended game. No
0%. Oh, because it's full price. Gotcha.
Sorry.
I thought you were saying you want it free. I'm like, well, nothing in life is free.
No, It's like that reverse.
You're so tired.
I am so tired, dude.
Blaster Master Zero 2, $5.99, 40% off. I think I bought this on your guys' recommendation on the 3DS.
I hope so. Zero I thought I got on Switch. I thought those were both Switch games, not 3DS.
Are they both Switch? Which one am I thinking on 3DS?
No, maybe there is 3DS. I played them on Switch. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think that there was a 3DS port.
Well, I think I own both of them.
I love them.
So
they're both great.
Yeah. Bloodstained Curse of the Moon is $4.99, which I just bought today because I was like, hey, why the fuck not? It's $5. That's $6.29 Canadian, but whatever. And Curse of the Moon 2 is $10.49.
Hey, do you know what those games... So you've named 4 games so far.
Uh-huh.
Do you know what they have in common?
They're all retro looking?
Awesome? Huh?
They're all retro looking?
That's close. Because they're all Inti Creates games.
Oh, are they?
I love Inti Creates. They make awesome stuff. Inti Creates. Fantastic. Yep.
Untitled Goose Game is on sale for $14.99. Now, the reason why I threw this on here is because they just released the co-op update today for free.
Cool.
So on top of that.
Hell yeah.
Sega Ages is having a sale. Sega, right? Who knows? So I'll go through this fast on the ones that I selected that were good for the Switch.
In here.
Yeah, Puyo Puyo Champions is $3.99.
The ones that are the Sega Ages, like specifically, do those have the 3D stuff to it, or is it just that it's available?
That's available. This is for the Switch.
Oh, these are Switch still? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so the 3DS would be under the 3DS ones. So Rock of Ages 2, Bigger and Bolder is $5.99. I found out for this game, there's a Binding of Isaac DLC. Right? So I looked at the screenshot, and it shows, like, Isaac's heads as the boulder with, like, tears streaming down. Oh, yeah, it looks really fucking cool, and I like Rock of Ages, so I'm just throwing out, dumbass, check it out. I don't know if you can still buy it, but yeah, it's cool. Sega Genesis Classics is $15, 20 Canadian. I've decided I'm not buying the classic, this collection, because I already own it. Yeah. I own it everywhere. But if it comes down to $5, I'll buy it. Alex Kidd in Miracle World is $3.99. Fantasy Zone Game Ground Outrun is all $3.99 each. This is for the Switch. Shinobi is $5.99. Space Harrier $3.99. Wonder Boy and Monsterland is $3.99. Sonic Mania is $9.99.
Ooh, I'm gonna give that
9 times. 9 times,
dude.
Valkyrie.
You joked about that on Twitter. You had a call. I think you were talking to Dumbass or something on Twitter, and you were like 9 times. Maybe it was Biff or someone. You said like something. You said 9 times, and I was like, is he referencing that?
Oh, maybe I say a lot of stuff without thinking. I'm not very smart.
No, I was like...
Valkyria Chronicles and Valkyria Chronicles 4. So the first one's $9.99, the other one's $17.99. And Damez, I was thinking of Xenoblade Chronicles, not Valkyria. Because I'm like, I have that game. He's like, it's only exclusive for the Switch. And I'm like, I was thinking Xenoblade. I think that's multi. I don't know. Who knows?
Xenoblade's on other stuff.
Heartburn. All right, so this one's a big list, but I'm just going to throw everything in here. The following games.
Time out. Kaiser, sorry, I'm getting a chat. Kaiser, he says, I need to get the Gunvolt games while they're on sale.
Mighty Gunvolt are good, yep.
He goes, Inti Creates. I've been calling them Intel Creates for years now. Now I feel silly.
I remind their games, not knowing who they are, so don't feel so bad.
They are awesome. It's one of those things, like, you know, when you're a kid and you grow up and you're like, I recognize that the Capcom kind of boxes I tended to like are the Konami-looking boxes. I didn't realize they were all Nintendo to me, right? They were Nintendo. Yeah. They just, some had blue and, you know, gray or whatever. Then you're like, oh, that makes total sense when you grew up and you found after the fact. When you go through, like, the Inti Creates Wikipedia and you're like, oh, yeah, they worked on, the only one that's kind of a turd they worked on was a Mighty Number 9. But I you know.
It's like the EA Sega cartridges with the yellow thing on the side.
Even Shaq and Kobe didn't win a championship every year. What?
It's like the EA cartridges for Sega with the yellow thing on the side.
Yes.
Where I'm like, oh, there are EA games. Or like LJN. You're like, holy shit, they make a lot of shitty games.
They just felt like crap. That makes, yes.
Yeah.
Cool. We still got the 3DS games now, right?
So the 3DS games, and I bring this up.
Sorry.
So that's all right. I feel like there's a lag between us.
I just want to ask my question about, do all of these have the 3D enabled that we're going to go over?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool. And I'll get out
So
of the
these games are for the 3DS, and the reason why I bring them up is because Nintendo said they're going to continue supporting the 3DS, but as we see, Nintendo is full of shit.
They lie. So
buy these games now, because in total, I don't know, you do the math, it's like $60 for all these games. Like these are the only... Huh?
3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30...
40 with the collection.
$50, you'll get it all.
Yeah, nice. So for like $50, you're going to get these... Never will you have these games anywhere else unless Nintendo comes out with another 3D console. These are actually very good 3D games. The pop out kind of 3D. Not that bullshit fall in kind of screen. And they're wonderfully emulated. They put a lot of heart and thought into these games. It's just well done. You can play the Japanese versions, the American versions. The soundtracks are different, customable buttons. They put a lot of thought and heart into these 3D classic games. I'm going to cry because how much I love these games. Buy them all. It doesn't matter. Support these guys. Show it that it was worth all this work. The following games are all $2.99. I'm not going to say 3D. They're all 3D. Altered Beast, Afterburner, Echo the Dolphin, Fantasy Zone 1, 2, Galaxy Force 2, Gunstar Heroes, Outrun, Shinobi 3, Sonic the Hedgehog, Hedgehog 2, Space Hero, and Streets of Rage. And you know what? Out of that list, I'm missing like 5 games. Because every time this goes on sale, I always buy 2 of them.
And Super Hang-On and Thunderblade. The notes are wonky.
Oh, at the bottom. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Streets of Rage 2, Super Hang-On, Thunderblade.
And also is Afterburner 2. You left off the 2.
Yeah.
But I only own Gunstar Heroes, which is fantastic. And you got me to buy after we had the tussle over the amount of sales. I actually still ended up buying Outrun that night.
It's good, eh?
It's fantastic. It's a great recommendation. Yeah. So based on my experience with those 2 games, everything you said was true regarding the love and care, the quality of the emulation, the granularity of having customizable controls. The 3D effect is great. It really does a lot to these Sega games. At least,
and these are games you played a million times. I just recently purchased. Oh, sorry, that's a lie. I bought. Like I said, I always buy 2 games. I bought this time the collection, which is also there for $10. The 3D classic collection, which comes with Sonic 1, Altered Beast, Drift Something, Fantasy Zone. It comes with like 10 games in one.
Yeah.
And I don't want this. I can't find a physical copy, so I bought it just to own it. And I was playing Altered Beast, and I enjoyed it because of the 3D effects.
Wow, that says a lot because Altered Beast is
blows. So, and I bought that and Gunstar Heroes. So those are the 2 games that I bought for this thing. So buy them. You're not gonna find these versions of these games anywhere else.
Okay.
Ever.
All right.
So going to PlayStation. A quick little roundup here.
Yep.
Kingdom Hearts All-in-One. Oh, they're having a big in Japan sale. Final Fantasy VIII is $10. Final Fantasy X X2 HD Remaster is $12.49. Kingdom Hearts All-in-One pack.
It's also remastered as well.
Sorry.
Final Fantasy VIII is you have remastered listed as well.
Oh, sorry. Yes, the remastered version is $10. It's great. The characters are sharp, but everything else is blurry. Kingdom Hearts All-in-One Package is all the Kingdom Hearts games, so you can be up to date for $30. Or for some strange ass reason, you can buy 1.5 and 2.5 remix for 20. I don't know. And you can buy the 2.8, which is kind of before Part 3 for $20. And Kingdom Hearts 3 is $20. So I like those games. And Resident Evil and Resident Evil 0 are $5 each. And Resident Evil 3 is $30, but just keep in mind, a little short. Sorry, I've heard. I actually was going to buy it for $30, but I'm like, I heard a little short. So I'll wait until it. And Strider is $2.99.
Cool.
And for Xbox, Game Pass.
Get Game Pass. You already know.
And that's all for sales.
So, good deal. Well, I guess it's about to ask, Kevin, what you been playing, man?
So, I don't remember, so allow me 1 second to scroll up. Yes. So, I was playing Stardew Valley. And I thought to myself, by golly, this is a fun game. I'm staying up till 3 in the morning every night, watching Cobra Kai and playing Stardew Valley. I did it to 1 year again. What's that? Wahoo! Who's that knocking on my door? Wahoo! Bye! So long, Game Bowser! Oh, Super Mario 3D All-Stars! See what?
It's everywhere around me now, the Game Bowser thing.
Oh, but did you notice what they did in the game?
No.
He doesn't fucking say it. They got rid of it. He says, bye-bye. That's it. He's supposed to say, so long, Guy Bowser. I can't believe you never heard of that.
Yeah, me either. But...
So I guess we can talk about Super Mario 3D All-Stars.
Hope you enjoyed the coffee.
Peace, man.
Thanks
for hanging.
All right. So you beat Gabe Bowser already?
Well, no. So, okay, you have it too, right? This is a game we can actually both speak about.
We both played 3D All Stars. Yes, I am participating in your section here. Yeah.
So, I'm going through all of them. So I'm gonna play Super Mario 64, and my goal is to 100% complete them. And yeah, because I've never done it before. So I've never owned Super Mario 64.
Me either.
And I've never played through Super Mario 64.
Me either.
I have it on the DS.
I don't remember beating it, so I'm going to say
yeah.
too.
I had it on DS, but I never actually played it through. I just played it, picked it up and here and there. But it's a different game than the OG one.
Yeah. So
to me, it was worth this package because I've never played 2 of the 3 games on this list.
Sure.
Which is 64 and Sunshine. I was a little disappointed that 64 wasn't widescreen. But it is crisp. I'm also very disappointed it wasn't widescreen when you're playing portably. I'm like, oh, really? You can just... it's compressed already. But it's crisp. The controls suck, and the camera sucks. And I am currently on TikTok clock, and I'm going to throw my Switch out the window.
I fucking hate Super Mario 64, apparently. Goddamn this game. I hate it. I've had zero fun playing Nintendo 60 or Super Mario 64.
Really? Well, I've had fun with it.
I have these really strong... It has not tarnished the amazing... my mind was blown the first time I played Mario 64.
Yeah.
When I raced that penguin, holy shit, game-changing. I looked at the world differently after that.
Yeah.
Man, I had no fun with Super Mario 64. It's really hard in not a fun way.
And it's short. I feel like it's shorter than I remember. I always felt like it just kept going on and on, but I'm already at 92 stars. I've only been playing since Friday.
Oh man, I'm about done with it, and I think I have 5 stars, 6. And I'm like, fuck that.
Oh really? Well, I'm trying to get everything right, and I'm not looking online for anything. I'm not looking at walkthroughs. I'm playing as if it was 1995.
Wow, that's cool.
So
I admire that.
A lot of it's very puzzling, where it's go to the 4 pillars, and I'm like, I don't know, you want me to land on them? And I do, and then I get a start. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
That's fun.
I went on Twitter and someone told me about the TikTok clock level. I think his name was Alpha Pony. Okay. That if you go on the clock at a certain time, that the clock inside actually stops. And I didn't know that. Because that level is the worst fucking level ever made in that game.
Okay.
Because Mario 64 is not about how hard the game is. It's about look how shitty the controls are.
Yeah, for real, dude. It's like
Cross this bridge to the star. Pretty fucking simple. Try doing it with our controls, motherfucker.
really hard.
Woohoo! Yeah.
Dude. But whatever. It looks fine.
It was the first of its kind. I like that. I think it's cute that they tried back then. They had to in their mind like, how do we explain that the camera moves? They have the little guy in the cloud with the camera. I'm like, you didn't have to do that. That's really cute that you guys did that.
Yes.
And I play a lot of old PS1 games like this, Crash Bandicoot, Gex.
Sure.
And all those other games, I'm like, it's okay. But Super Mario 64 compared to those games is a masterpiece, even though it's shit. It's not shit. That's not right.
It's not.
But I'm like,
not at all. I don't like it. That's not a statement of the quality, right?
yeah.
It's just I thought I would have a little more fun with it than I did. I'm pretty disappointed in my lack of
I'm kind of playing to get it over with so I can play Sunshine.
Sure. Is what it is, I suppose. But the emulation, it is good.
Pretty good.
It runs fine. It does look sharper than, plugging in the 64. It just, it's the first of its kind.
Now here's the thing. We don't have nostalgia for this game because we never owned an N64. Or at least I don't know if you did.
No, my brother did, so I had access to one.
Yeah, like my friends Rui had an N64, and I played at his house, but it was never, like, it was like Donkey Kong to me on the Super Nintendo. I'm like, I remember it, but it wasn't like it wasn't Sonic.
Sure.
But I'm like, I'll fucking buy Sonic no matter what.
Yeah.
But I'm almost done. Next game is Super Mario Sunshine. I've never played Sunshine. I have no idea what to expect. Now I know where the flood comes from. And I'm going to do as if it was back then. No internet, talk to friends about how to get to these things.
Cool.
It's pretty rad. I'm happy I have it.
I mean, to this point, I am too. It's pretty bare bones, but I do have the original card. I did sell the one that had Super Mario in it. It was my ex-girlfriend, so I got rid of that one. But I do have the original All-Stars, and I did get that Wii 25th anniversary one.
Yes, I remember that.
I kind of felt like, all right, let's fucking.
And now you can buy that at Walmart for like $20.
But
because it was limited release too, right?
Yeah, and it was. I got an email from Amazon. They refunded me almost $11 because there was some sort of a price match guarantee thing. So apparently, at some point, it sold for $50 on Amazon. So
3D All-Stars?
$50 for 3D All-Stars. Yeah. I don't know why they gave a refund, but
I paid almost $100 for it.
I know.
Oh.
But have you played Galaxy?
I played it on the Wii when it came out.
Yeah, that'll be a nice palate cleanse. If really, it should. If you don't totally burn out and hate it, just Mario in general, it should have a really nice. Like, every time you get to that next game, it should feel like a breath of fresh air. Like, oh, they fixed so much that was driving me crazy about the old game.
Have you played Galaxy yet on the Switch?
Not on the Switch.
I want to know how they do the Wiimote pointer.
I did briefly do it. You just touch the screen. You just use your finger to...
But how? No, I'm saying if you're playing, like, on the TV. How do they emulate the pointer?
One of them has an IR thing. Maybe that's how they do it. Maybe...
They have... Oh, like a gyroscope kind of thing?
Well, there is like an infrared input, but I guess there's nothing out there. I don't know how they do it. I haven't been curious enough to try it.
Oh, because I'm wondering about that. So you can play Galaxy portably.
I just played it in handheld.
Oh, so you can. That's what I was worried about. I didn't know if you could, because I didn't know how the touch mechanics.
Use your finger to collect the
that makes
on
sense.
The screen.
Okay, cool.
I don't know how they handle it on the TV, though.
Yeah, interesting. Okay,
Probably just
cool.
The right stick maybe would bring up the hand, then you just like move it like a mouse.
Did they? Because I remember on the Wii you had to spin to do a spin attack. Did they put that to a button? Or do you have to move the fucking whole thing?
It's almost staggering to describe how little I played. Like
Oh, okay.
Like I loaded it up, and then there was the very first road I'm walking on.
Galaxy.
I saw that stars were collected and turned it off. I did not play the game at all. It runs. I was just curious to see what the textures looked like and turn it right off. So
it looked good on the Wii. I remember that. So they did a good job with that.
It's Galaxy is fantastic. I'm sure it's going to be fine. So yeah.
But yeah, those are all the games I played. And I'm probably going to be playing Mario on and on. So.
And for me, I have continued to play a little bit of Halo 1.
Nice.
I've got 7 out of 10 missions completed.
Nice.
So I'm almost done with that campaign. And that will leave only Halo 4 as the only campaign that I haven't completed in the Halo first-person games. And
very nice.
I'm hoping to time it up really well. I think either this week or maybe next week, Halo 3 ODST got released in the Master Chief Collection for PC. So I'm hoping maybe by November, December, Halo 4 will be in the Master Chief Collection on PC. And that's how I want to play it. I want to play the PC version.
Yeah, of course.
Crank it up as high as I can. I finally, because I've played it in this goofy-ass order, I finally am starting to get my arms around kind of what's been going on in Halo.
Oh, like the lore?
A little bit. Like, I'm following it, like, a bit.
Yeah.
It was neat what they did in this very first game, because you're fighting one kind of enemy, and then out of nowhere, like, that enemy is getting attacked by another enemy. So I was like, oh, yeah. Because Halo 2 is weird. I was playing as the bad guys from Halo 1. I'm like, all right, whatever.
Oh, so their perspective, I guess?
But in the middle of Halo 1, like, all of a sudden a new enemy just shows up. And they're like all these crazy, like, creepy crawly aliens instead of like the more robot looking aliens that are the Covenant. It's stupid. It's not worth carrying it out. But it's very fun.
It's a space marine shooter game, right?
Yeah, but with no inventory, like Halo is just perfect for me. Like I don't want skill trees. I once I find weapons I like, I stick with them.
Yeah.
Halo is just about they just have weapons laying around everywhere. Just
pick up
what's near you, that kind of stuff. It feels good to play. I'm playing most of it in the old graphics still, and it's considering that era, like how old that game is, it still looks fine.
It holds up, yeah.
And I like they did a nice job with the new stuff. It's. Halo 1 is great. I really like it. And I'm excited. I'm going to end up finally playing all of them.
That's crazy. That's so many goddamn Halos.
Not really. It's
like 7.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6. There's 6 of them that I've played.
And there's ODST and Reach and...
Oh, I forgot about Reach. That Reach is 7. Yeah, you're right. I counted ODST, but I forgot about Reach. But I did play 5. That was one of the first things.
There you go.
Pass. So I'm finished with that. 5 was fun. I loved 5.
I couldn't do what you're doing. There's a lore you have to follow. You can't go 5 to 2 to 7 1.
It's nothing to do about. I just enjoy the monster closets.
Yeah.
I just enjoy grinding out these battles until a cutscene happens, and then I know I can save it.
That's awesome.
It's like a passive. You know what I mean? It's just like it's a mindless grind. That's all that it is, and I'm really enjoying it. I also I did pick up Hades. I've only played maybe an hour, so I've done a handful of runs.
Yeah.
I will say the first impressions are really high. I'm not surprised to see. It just feels good to play right out of the gate.
Oh, it's a roguelike. I can't do another roguelike. I have Enter the Gungeon, Binding of Isaac, and playing Mario. I can't. And Stardew Valley, I guess, is technically a roguelike.
Hey, get it something. You know what? It feels good to play. In 15 years, Hades is still going to kick ass.
Okay, I'll wait 15 years to buy it.
Yeah, put it on the wish list.
Time.
It'll show up in sales, and I'll do this. And then you'll give a price, and I'll say, yeah, that's a great price. Definitely get that game. So...
we'll have the conversation. Is it a spiritual sequel to Transistor?
I'm sorry I wasn't following. I should have let it go. Hades is great first impressions. Keep an eye out for it. I did. Switch tends to have if it's not a first party game, they'll have like 10% off the first week if you buy it. So I paid $20 for it instead of $25.
Nice.
But it launched with the Epic Store. and it was the first early access exclusive game that they had. And so after a year of development and early access, now it's finally out for real. And so far it's ran really well on the Switch. Very, very smooth.
Oh, perfect.
So, cool.
I forgot to say, speaking of Epic Store, sorry, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 is free, and so is Watch Dogs 2.
Oh, Watch Dogs 2.
Yeah, on the Epic Store, free.
Cool. And then the other...
Like, legit free.
Go get it. Epic Store.
Yeah.
I also I've been playing Plants vs. Zombies on DS.
Nice. I love that version so much.
It's the best version of Plants vs. Zombies, I think.
Yeah, I have it on the iOS, which is the same one, but the DS one is bigger screen.
It also has a couple of other different modes. Like it's got some DS specific modes in it. It is a really nice ending. I just want to kind of wind down.
Yeah,
I'm trying my best to not I really like falling asleep with the TV on or Netflix or Hulu playing or YouTube or whatever. I'm trying to get away from that and weaning myself towards just a podcast. But there's something really nice about just going through a Sudoku type of puzzle, Yeah. Plants vs. Zombies is way too easy. I never lose, and I like that. So
it sucks that part 2 was a free-to-play model on iOS.
Yeah,
after EA got its hands on it,
because it felt great, and then it hit a paywall, and I was like, "Oh, you did the."
And then they did Garden Warfare, a first-person Plants vs. Zombies game,
which was actually pretty fun.
Was it?
Yeah, the first.
No.
It was very good. Yeah.
Oh,
actually,
fuck me then.
Good, ran well. Hey, you know what? I think that's fair for you to be skeptical, but it actually was a pleasant surprise. It did well enough. They made a second one too. There's a Plants Warfare 2. Yeah. But that's what I've been playing over the last several weeks. I did get on a really good Contra run. The guy
OG Contra
through level 6, without dying.
Nice.
Yeah, on the Switch.
You don't promote that enough. Promote that. What? It's on the Switch.
Yeah.
The Contra collection.
Yeah, I don't promote what enough. That I'm good at Contra?
The YouTube video that you did when you don't die in it.
Yeah, people don't care about that. There's so many. I'm one of thousands that can do it. It's not that.
Yeah,
impressive.
but I care.
Well, I'm pretty. You know what? I'll send it. I'll send it to you in WhatsApp. Isn't that what we use? No, we use WhatsApp. That's right.
WhatsApp. Yeah.
You're the only person I use that with. You know what? I wish all my friends did because I'm an Android user.
Yeah.
And videos that get sent from my iPhone friends come all jarbled. It sucks.
Oh, weird.
So, well, it's because the way that it works is it gets kind of compressed and then on one end and then sent easily and then uncompressed with the other phone.
Yeah.
So it makes it easy to share really high quality videos. Android doesn't have that uncompression side. So it's just the raw data and doesn't have the software to bring it.
So Apple just works, is what you're saying?
Huh?
Apple just works
Between Apple devices, yes. But if
Apple's
we had
better. No, I don't care. I'm joking.
I was gonna say, but if we all had WhatsApp, I wouldn't have the problem.
Yeah.
I just tell my friends to quit sending me videos of their kids. I can't see it. I don't care. So, all right, good deal. We do have one comment from Dumez. He thinks Dustin got ripped off buying the physical copy of that Simon's Quest rebitten thing because it was
Thinking about that, because we were talking about because I said on that show I said something about oh, they're free to play as well. And you're like, obviously, Kevin, they're free to play. You can't sell it. And we literally just spoke about how Dustin bought it.
Oh yeah. Well, it was, but that's Dumbass's point. It's like some dude had a printer and made his own cartridges and it's totally unlicensed.
Yeah.
But part of me doesn't know this. But part of it's who cares? If it displays nice and someone made a nice sleeve, I have a bootleg vinyl of Talking Heads that's way better than the actual release of Stop Making Sense. The track list is better, so...
No, I get it. I just thought it was funny, I was and they're all free. You're dumbass, they're supposed to be free. Dustin just bought it.
Oh, yeah, okay. Don't listen in succession. You'll hear the airs too much. Spread it out.
It took me 3 weeks to be hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, it was an unlicensed thing. But you still go get the games for free from the guy's website.
Yeah, but I mean, if it makes you happy, I mean, buy. You know what stupid shit I bought just because I think it looks cool?
Exactly.
I know my Nintendo wallet is not a licensed Nintendo wallet. I know that, but whatever.
Yes, exactly. So, but Dumbass, thank you for writing in and listening. Always appreciate it. All right, well, I think that's going to be it for the show this week. Thanks everybody for hanging out with us for a little over an hour and a half now. If you'd like to contact the show, you can send us an email at classicelite@gmail.com. That's classicl337. ClassicL337 is also our handle on all the social media platforms that we're active. If you don't see it, then we're not. I forgot to turn off Been Playing, I think. But it's not playing, so I was just wondering if it just lasted on. I don't know. I meant for it to loop until I turn it off manually. Maybe I did turn it off manually. I don't know. I'm tired. We need to get out of here. Thanks to Ben Landis and Cubby for letting us use music for intro and outro music. Oh, we have Amazon affiliate links. If you'd like to support the show financially, we have Amazon affiliate links. Go there to Amazon through our links, and if you buy something, we'll get a small commission. That's going to be it for the show this week. So, I'd like to thank everybody very much for listening to episode 329. Kevin, happy 1-year-ish anniversary.
Yeah.
Done fantastic. And we'll see you guys next week, hopefully, for episode.
Hopefully, yeah.
Well, the schedules have been brutal lately, but we'll see you soon, eventually, for episode 330. I wanted to say 33.
That was a weird syllable.
I wanted to say 33. We'll see you soon for episode 330. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
I did that wrong.